of course.
And what is your revenue like now? What if you how high have you gotten to this point, and have you hit the goal? Did you set certain? First of all, let's start there. What is
Yeah,
your revenue
yeah,
like now?
yeah. So I'll go ahead and log into mine. I'll go ahead and show you guys here, just so you guys won't think I'm making up words. But this is last 12 months here. My revenue on Amazon. You guys can see that there. It zooms in right there.
How many
Right around
months?
one
So that
point.
raise it a little bit. So that's 1 year,
Yeah.
December to December, 1.7 million.
Yeah. So again, I'll go ahead and refresh that so you guys can go see that. There it is.
Yeah, $3,000 today. You sold 100 units. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So again, that's just off of Desktop Los Angeles right now. So I don't know if you want to get into the whole lawsuit and the risk of actually going ahead and building out a brand.
Okay. Go ahead. I wasn't going to go there, but let's talk about that. So first of
Yeah.
all, how did you get a lawsuit?
Yeah. So it was right around last year. I remember I'm going ahead and have enhanced brand content, which is basically applying for a trademark through one of their vendors on Amazon FBA. And everything's going smoothly. I've tried to do it in the year before, but based on my name and based on the niche that I'm in, I guess the trademark office denied my first trademark for my for desktop. So then I said, okay, it's fine. My attorney told me I can still use the name, but I won't ever be able to go ahead and trademark based on what the trademark office said. So when Amazon partnered up and did enhanced brand content, I was able to use one of their lawyers. So one of their partner lawyers for Amazon. So I was in the process of going ahead and acquiring the trademark. Everything was going good. We went to the final stages. And right before your trademark is published, it goes into this book where anybody in the world or in the US can go ahead and basically block your trademark if they have proof that you're going ahead and there could be trademark infringement, which basically means that you're going to confuse a customer. So if a customer saw a different brand and they saw your brand, they'll be confused as if, do they belong together or do they not belong together? And the cool thing about a trademark is that there's different classes. So I can have a trademark for Desktop Los Angeles because I'm in the shoe cleaner niche. And somebody else can have a trademark for Desktop for ladders because that's completely different categories. So somebody can have Desktop ladders and I can have Desktop shoe cleaners and we can live in peace, right? Sony can have cameras and somebody else can go ahead and have Sony tiles for their floors because it's completely different types of. So right before I was going to get official trademark and be in the book of the United States Postal and Trademark Office, there was this one company that went ahead and basically, how do I say, stopped the trademark office from going ahead and publishing my trademark. And for them, they have to go ahead and show proof that I'm indeed infringing on them. So I talked to my attorney, and we're going ahead and reviewing the case. And we see that this individual purchased a former trademark for T-shirts. So they have a trademark for T-shirts. I have a trademark for shoe cleaner. Basically, my attorneys were saying that, okay, the case is going to be good. We'll just talk to them and we'll figure out something as far as resolving this trademark dispute. So what ended up happening from there is that we started getting more and more information that this new trademark that they purchased, so it's a different owner. So they purchased a different trademark that was originally from a different for T-shirts. They wanted to make an application, so a software application where you're able to buy and sell sneakers. They don't have a trademark for that, but that's what their vision and long-term goals are going to go ahead and.
So they bought a trademark. So this company bought a trademark from that was focused on T-shirts, and they okay, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, so, and then they saw that I was getting my trademark published and they said, no, because our future plans are going ahead and buying and selling limited edition sneakers, different types of apparel, so on and so forth. But they don't have a trademark on that, right? Doesn't really matter. So we went to, basically before you go to federal court, you go to trademark court, which is a smaller type of court case and everything like that. And basically, I was all in as far as saying, look, I've been selling this for 3 years. They never went ahead and contacted me. There was never any confusion. None of my customers ever confused my trademark with your trademark. And my lawyers were on game. They were focused. I had two, and they were on my side as far as like, look, I think this is a joke as well. This is that, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter the opinion of the individual. It all matters with the court, and the court moves very, very slow. And there's different phases in that. We communicated with the other attorney, and it started really adding up, right? I had to pay a retainer. I had to pay every single month. I have to pay for minutes. I have to pay for research. All these documents that they're going ahead and receiving, I have to pay for. So it started getting to a point where, look, I'm spending all this time and effort into paying lawyers as opposed to going ahead and rebranding. I have a good product, I have a good brand, I have the reviews, I have the data, I have the knowledge, and I can go ahead and rebrand this, and it can be a lot bigger and better than what it is currently today. So trademark ended, and the next step was, hey, we're going to take you to federal court. And at that point, I said, look,
Wow.
go to federal. Yeah, and at that point, if I want to go to federal court, I have to minimum have $100,000 set aside. I have to pay a retainer of $30,000 just for my lawyers to even take on the case. So basically, I settled, and they gave me a little portion of money for the inconvenience. Obviously, it's not more than what I paid for lawyers, but again, I'm rebranding. Happier than ever now as far as how everything's taking place. But again, that's the risk of going ahead and doing Amazon FBA, especially with private label, because you run into this type of stuff. Unfortunately, that's my situation. I'm not saying that it's going to happen to everybody.
Right.
I always like to tell a story as far as the risk that you might be able to go ahead and get into.
Okay. And is there something that you could have done before? Could you have done a trademark search? Is it something that you could have done to not run into that issue?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, as soon as I launched my first product, I applied for a trademark right away, and the patent and trademark office said that my name was too generic for the category that I'm in. Basically,
Okay.
because I'm in shoe cleaning, and the word deadstock means brand new, never worn. I can't trademark that name. So
Right.
if you look at United States Postal and Trademark Office, you can go ahead and type in deadstock and look at the entire history as far as why I didn't get approved the first time. But this time in mind, I went ahead and did a trademark, and my new attorney was able to go ahead and do this different loophole and said, "Hey, we'll go ahead and get a different agent to review this case." And luckily, they went ahead and didn't see that same issue as the first agent that went ahead and reviewed my case. But unfortunately, it was too little, too late, because this new company has come into the industry. So we could have probably avoided this, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Anybody can see for whatever reason. What I
Yeah.
avoided was going to federal court right away, because at this point, I think I got a little bit lucky because I was in trademark court still. So trademark
Ah,
court is still less expensive. If I already had that trademark and I said no, I'm not going to get rid of this name, then they would have been forced to take me to federal court at the very start.
right. Okay.